violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Visitation services are happening today for 15-year-old Diamond Alvarez. She was shot 22 times, say police, by her ex-boyfriend. Frank DeLeon Jr. was arrested on Monday and bonded out of jail in less than 48 hours. Diamond's mother says Houston isn't safe with DeLeon back on the streets. Here's ABC 13 reporter Courtney Fisher.
Wow. So it doesn't matter where you are in the country, you're gonna get the ability to bond out on violent crimes. That is the precedent that has been set across the country. So you got a guy, he shot his girlfriend 20 times, a burrito gremlin, and he's back out on the streets after making bond.
As Ana Machado prepares to bury her 15-year-old daughter, she says it hasn't totally hit her. Diamond is gone.
Happy. Full of life.
Diamond Alvarez was shot 22 times while walking her dog Peanut. The killer? Police say it's her boyfriend, Frank DeLeon Jr. He's 17. DeLeon texted Diamond to meet, investigators say. Diamond had been upset after finding out DeLeon was involved with another girl.
Dang. So this burrito gremlin got caught cheating, called his girl or his ex-girl to come talk about it, and instead fills her up with 20 lead shots. These burrito gremlins are on demon time.
Prosecutors say he begged Diamond not to tell anyone about their relationship, but she was angry and he shot her. Machado says she doesn't want to hear the details about what happened. She can't bear it. Instead, she's focused on one thing, getting DeLeon back in jail. He got out less than 48 hours after getting arrested, paying the $250,000 bond.
So he had to put up 25 racks.
For perspective, that is a high bond. On average, people charged with murder get about a $50,000 bond, our legal analyst says.
And that's wild. That's wild. You can bond out on a murder charge for 5 bands. It's not bad, but it's bad at the same time.
I was in shock. I couldn't believe it. I just can't. I still can't. Why are you gonna let loose a monster like that? Someone that just executed someone, a little kid, my baby.
Machado doesn't understand, and neither do thousands of other people, it seems. More than 2,500 have signed a petition on change.org to revoke DeLeon's bond, calling it justice for Diamond. Courtney Fisher, ABC 13.
I agree. He shouldn't have gotten a bond. He should be in jail now. But this is what happens when you beg for police reform, beg for criminal justice reform. The criminals are given a chance. So this is what you asked for. This is what you voted for. And, you know, sometimes you can find Hispanic families that are right-leaning, conservative. But in this case, I would put my bottom dollar on it that they were woke. And it completely backfired.
Eyewitness News.
Today, funeral services were held for the teen who police say was shot 22 times by her ex-boyfriend and killed while walking her dog. Final goodbyes from friends and family of Diamond Alvarez were there. Her funeral was this morning at the Integrity Funeral Home at Forest Lawn Cemetery. Police say her ex-boyfriend, 17-year-old Frank DeLeon Jr., pulled the trigger. He's currently out of jail on bond. And it's a move that has outraged Alvarez's family, friends, and the community there.
That's right. And now a local council member is also calling for bond reform. KPRC 2's Joel Eisenbaum is live with more on that.
Wow. So they just reformed it. Now they want to reform it back. Shocking.
And another case where a murder suspect was released on bond after arguing he feared catching COVID behind bars. Joel?
Chris, that suspect you're talking about is named David Cruz. He has been in and out of trouble for years. In fact, right now, he is sitting in a Harris County courtroom charged with murder. It is that sort of pattern that the councilman was talking about this morning during his press conference.
You charge him with murder, and you released him.
Her position, that of a mom whose son was murdered, is not unique. She believes violent criminals should stay in jail.
Woo! Look at this burrito gremlin. Look at this burrito gremlin. He look rough. He look rough.
Until trial. Instead, the man accused of killing her son got out. It cost 31-year-old David Cruz a mere $1,200 and a signature on a list of conditions. And that's after mustering a lengthy violent history.
Wow. So he got the criminal history longer than a CVS receipt and only had to put $1,200 to bond out on a murder. Sheesh.
Years prior.
We're tired of the violence in our community. We're tired of the murders in our community.
Friday, echoing the same sentiment, veteran Houston City Councilman Michael Kubosh railed against so-called bond reform. He brought with him a list, 156 names, their victims.
They've been murdered by someone who had a past criminal history, and the judges let them out on either a free bond or a very low bond.
Wow. Look at this country. Santa Claus. You know, I respect what he's doing because most of those people on that list are black people and Hispanic people of color, if you will. And he's fighting for them too. That's why he had to have the 4 black dudes in the back, because if he was saying this alone, he would be considered a racist, conservative, alt-right, a radical, right, whatever, okay? So he had to get the backing of these other brothers behind him because people would automatically call him racist based off of his accent and the fact that he's white and talking about criminals.
Kubosh, who you should know made his name in this town as a bondsman and has a brother running for judge, says he'll file complaints against the so-called low bond judges in each and every one of those 156 cases. David Cruz Friday was in court again. It turns out he violated his bond conditions not once, but twice. I just got a note. In fact, in the Cruz murder trial, the jury is right now still deliberating. Of course, there's another point of view to keep in mind here, and that is everyone is innocent until proven guilty, and that citizens are entitled to a fair bond. We're live downtown. I'm Joel Eisenbaum, KPRC 2.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.